Hi, guys. Ronda Winstead here with you. Hello, hello, hello. So, today is Sunday, and I'm ready to go to church, which is why, anyway. Um, but I thought I would come in and just start a video before I head out to share with you my update so far on Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. And don't be surprised if it doesn't look exactly like it did when I left you guys. So, as if you watched the first video, you will know that I was really struggling with this theme. And for whatever reason, I have no idea why, because I love hearts and painting on fabric and tea, coffee dyeing, that type of thing. It's like, yeah, it sounds fabulous. But I struggled a lot. You guys helped me get going, and I will link the first video too. But let me show you where we're at now on this project. Oh! What? You say it looks different? But how? Yes, I know. The reality is, guys, I didn't know. I pulled out all these different things. I had backgrounds and I had little cuties, and I did some hearts, and I did some more hearts, and I had the things that you and we had discussed and talked, and I had all these fun little elements there, and it just did not work. So what I ended up doing, and I will share with you, well, let's see, maybe we'll go back to this view. Excuse the mess. It's all Journal of Stitchery. I have all kinds of goodies out here. But it just didn't feel, I don't know, it just didn't feel like it matched the rest of my pages. And I wanted it to match the rest of my pages. I thought the concept of the separate little vignettes was great. I loved that, but I did not love the fact that they didn't match. So in the process of the last 2 or 3 days, this is the only thing that I've been working on, guys. And so I'm just like, bound and determined to move beyond the frustration. And by the way, halt. Well, let's see. There. How are you? Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have asked you that at the very beginning. Please forgive me. I do love to hear what's going on with you. And I love you guys and just enjoy being here with you. I'm just so excited to update you on this that I forgot about that. Okay, so I have taken little bits and pieces. I love layering, as you know. I did keep with the original dyed fabric that we did in video 1. Now, after you and I turned off the camera, I did some more dyeing, and then I did some stitching. I had my little vignettes. I had them all out here and such, and it just wasn't working. And so I undid everything. I only had stitched one, but I took everything off and just set it aside and took the other half of what I had dyed with you and started to work with that. So that is my background. which I have promptly covered up with different elements, as you will see. Okay, so I have kept one of the little vignettes with the flowers. And I'm not sure if this is one you even saw, because I did notice after we were chatting together that I had two stuck together. So this may have been one that was behind another flower. I don't recall. But I had taken a piece of old quilt that I love to, I mean, I just, what's not to love about quilts, right? And I did the blanket stitch around there, and then I added an old part of a little doily that I stitched on. And that was just separate, just like this little heart I've got is separate. So I did all the blanket stitching around. And then I started adding some bits of fabric. This is an old set of pillowcases that I want you to feel it. I know it's quiet. It doesn't have that crunch that I love, but this is fabric we're working with, and it does have that feel of just age. Somebody has laid on this pillow for years and years, and it's been a favorite of theirs or something, Anyway, so I took a piece of that, ripped it, and added it. And then I took just little bits and pieces of fabrics that I think are beautiful and that blend nicely. So I added one here, I added one here, and added a little teeny one over here. And then I added some more doilies. These are all vintage doilies. Excuse me. Let me get a drink. Sorry. And I'm in the process, guys, of stitching these down. They've been glued a little bit with my glue stick. Nothing hard, so that I can stitch through it. This might be a little tough to stitch through because this has been painted on the fabric. We'll see how that goes. And up here, a bit of vintage lace on top of a strip of fabric. And what I did, this is some of Kathleen's amazing hand. This is silk cap spun and dyed, made from mulberry silk. Yum. This is one of my favorites. And I have done the couching on the top of that. So I'm just barely getting started with the embellishing part. And so I wanted to take you on this part of the journey with me. I apologize, but it took me, seriously, it took me 2.5 days to get this down with everything. I mean, I tried yo-yos and I just tried so many different things and it just didn't work. But now that I have this, I'm like, oh, okay, that feels like me. I think this will match the other things and whatever embellishments or other things that we add with our embroidery work. I think this is going to be fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to have to put this here. I'm going to put the video on pause. I have to leave here in 5 minutes to head out to church, and I'm actually having to give a talk this morning in sacrament meeting. So wish me luck. Hopefully, yeah. Okay. I love you guys, and I shall return. So for you, I love this part of it because for you, it's just like you just keep playing it. And there we are. I'm back again. All right. See you soon. Okay, here we are again. I am home from church. I have changed, and I'm ready to get in and play with you guys for a little while. So, all right, let's get to that. Okay, So, where to start? Where to start? Well, I do need to tack all of these down. So maybe what I will do is just get a length of my quilting. Oh, just a minute. Let's see. Needle, needle, needle. Which needle do I want? Which? Probably not that one. I want a small. That's better. All right. Let's see what we can do. Okay. So we'll just tack things down and just visit if that's cool with you guys while we're working here a little bit. I'm not doing anything particularly amazing. Just kind of tacking things down a little bit here and there. And I'm kind of going for the having it not necessarily show, to have it a little more invisible. Although that could change. Let's just do, well, maybe, yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's just do a little running stitch here. And let's go ahead and move the screen. So for this part, you can kind of see a little bit better what I'm doing. Just doing a running stitch here. So, church was good. My talk went, I think it went pretty well. I got compliments on it. I didn't go overtime. And I was so happy when I was done. Which is the way I always am when I'm asked to give a talk in church. I'm willing to do them, but I'm always happy when my turn's over with and it's someone else's turn to give a talk. So we have heat index right now. Our hot summer heat has hit early here, and starting today we're supposed to have a few days of pretty dangerous, if you're out and about in it a lot, could be dangerous heat for people. The humidity is extremely high, and that combined with high heat adds up to, give me the air conditioning. At least for me, I'm like, okay, that is a perfect time to be inside visiting with my friends, which is what I am doing right now. And in an hour or so, we will be Skyping with one of our children and their family. Love that. We do it every month. They're busy. They're super, super busy, but they take time set aside so that we can do that. And hubby and I really appreciate it. We love our kids. We love our grandkids. Everybody has their own lives. You have to kind of be willing to adjust to that. And this is the family where last week our granddaughter was the valedictorian and gave an amazing talk at her graduation. That was super fun to be able to watch it via internet, whatever they do, to where you can have that option. I just think that's the coolest thing ever. So anyway, looking forward to chatting with them and catching up what's been going on. I don't really get out much. When it gets super hot, I don't do heat really well. I never have. Even as a young girl, when I was growing up, sometimes my mom she would make me come and sit down on the cool of the porch, and she'd bring a cold washcloth and she'd put it on my forehead and make me just kind of sit there for a few minutes and just not do anything. We didn't have air conditioning in our home. I don't think that it was a big thing anywhere at that time. But as I got older, a few of my friends got it in their homes, but it was more novel, and the air conditioning units were humongous. But yeah, so that is just something that, living where I do in the South, or where you can kind of get some pretty warm temperatures, it's like, as long as I have good air conditioning, I am A-OK. Air conditioning and fans. So the summer is a time when, if I had the financial means, that, which we're just normal people. We don't have amazing investments or lots of money or anything like that. We're doing okay, but we're not on easy street by any stretch. But we're not a burden to our kids, at least not yet. So that's a blessing. But where was I going with that? Oh, if I could, if I could afford to, I would do more traveling in the summer, when temperatures are warmer here. And I would go to places where the climates are a little bit cooler. But okay, so as you can see, I am just tacking everything down. I know you can't see this well at all because this thread is the color, but I am getting everything tacked down so we can work on our next whatever step that will be. Okay. I have to tell you guys about my recent library experience. So, and this is something I actually shared with you on the video that wasn't recorded. That I hit the wrong button, remember? Okay, come on, let me get through there. Some of these do not, ouch, poke. Did I draw blood? No, not yet. Okay. Anyway, Marley messaged me that there was a library sale, and that it was going to be $2 a bag. And so I asked if she would like to go. So she and my granddaughter and myself, we went to the sale on Saturday. This was last Saturday. And we got there, probably just little after 9. I think it started at 9. And when we got there, it was so full. There were so many people. And it was indoors. They have a section in the regular library where they sell old books. People can donate old books and whatnot that you can buy for, very reasonable prices. But when they do their annual book sale, then you can really get some good deals. So anyway, there were a lot of people there. A lot of people. And so we kind of just, each of us sort of went our own way. I was definitely kind of standing back, and I'm pretty sure they were too, in little different areas, because there was this feeling of, oh, gotta get it, hurry, put it in the bag, and when I'm around that kind of ouch, ouch, just every now and again, expect you're gonna get the ouch. When I'm around that sort of energy, it makes me kind of go panicky, and I'm like, what? So I just kind of stood back a little bit, and when a space would clear for a minute, I would, take a look at the books a little bit on the rack and step back. So I was kind of in and out for a while. Well, eventually it started clearing a little bit as the people that were, having to get it all right now were getting their bags pretty full. And when I say full, I mean really full. Like, these were plastic bags. They were good sized bags, and they had in the bag itself had 2 holes in the bag for handles, right? And they were such that the plastic was pretty sturdy, and it had, anyway, I'm getting all messed up here. So as I'm watching some of these people put things in their bag, and they weren't even looking at what they were putting. They were just putting, especially with the videos, with the videotapes and the CDs, they were just taking chunks, just handfuls of, taking a certain amount and just putting them in the bags. Okay, that's fine. Good. I doubt I want that one anyway. But there seemed to be that kind of an atmosphere, if you know what I mean. Well, I'm so mean. I'm so naughty. I have to repent. But a lady comes back that's part of the library, right? And she just casually throws out there, now, you do recall that the bags have to close. And then she left. And I just chuckled to myself as some of these people that had stuffed their bags so full, they really had 3 bags worth in one, right? Like $6 is going to kill you, to spread them out a little bit. But anyway, it's none of my business. But I just found it I just got a chuckle out of it. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible person. But I did. I just got a chuckle out of it. And my daughter-in-law and my granddaughter, we each got a few books. I think I got 4, maybe 5, and they did somewhat in the same amount as well. And what was really interesting about that whole thing was as we were sitting there kind of comparing what each other got, we all have such different tastes and we each gravitated to different things. And I thought that was fascinating that, you know, I just love the diversity of people. And so that to me was just kind of just a reminder that isn't it wonderful that we're all so different and we enjoy different things, you know? So I really, it was just a fun experience, and I got a good chuckle from from the hoarders. And you know, I mean, I would never have rubbed it in their face or tried to make anybody feel bad. I would never ever do that. It was just my own private little chuckle that, you know, that it's okay. You know, there's other people here. We can share. It's life goes on. We don't have to have absolutely everything just because it's $2 a bag. So, and I'm also one of those people that I do not, as a general rule, I will not say I have never, because I have, but I haven't for many years done a Black Friday sale either. I'm just not really a crowds kind of person. I get claustrophobic. I get anxiety or agitated when a lot of people are milling around and grabbing and pushing and shoving and it's just like, oh no. So that's kind of not my thing either. But yeah, so anyway, that was last Saturday. And then yesterday we had the wonderful opportunity to go with our kids to pick up our granddaughter from band camp. She had been gone all week to Conway, which is about a little over 2-hour drive from where we live here, to pick her up. It was one of the local colleges there. And that was fun. We got to hear her perform. She was in the first band, and they did, well, both bands, they had a more of a, anyway, not a beginner band by any stretch of the imagination. They were good. They were really good. But they had 2 divisions. And anyway, she was in the first band, so they played last. But both bands did an amazing job. It was great. Just was able to sit in the auditorium and just soak up the music, and super fun. And then when our granddaughter, when in that second band, I'm going to just kind of wind this here for a minute. I think I'm going to call that good for this particular video. I'm just going to continue, guys, on attacking things down. I know, I'm sorry that that's a little more boring for you perhaps, but I do need to get it done before we add all of the delicious, extras and whatnot on there. But just finish the story. When they played, well, the second band that played first, they played 4 numbers and they were very good. It was wonderful. And then the first band performed, and they had a few more people in the band. I don't know exactly the numbers there, but they played several numbers. They did 6 in total. And the next to the last number was fabulous. It was John, Philip Sousa, one of the marching bands. Oh my goodness. It was so good. It was so, so good. I'm just marching along with it, and kind of doing my own leading and, that kind of thing on my lap, and just bouncing to the music. And my son probably is like, oh, mother. But that's what we get to do, we get to do that to our grandkids and kids, embarrass them a little bit, not on purpose, but hey, if it works, okay. So anyway, that was super fun, and then went out to dinner, and then, we came home. But okay, I'm gonna call that it for today's video. I love you. I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of your time with me. Thank you so much. I hope you know you're important to me. If you're new to my channel, I am so happy to have you here. I've got a lot of videos, so if you want to get to know me better, go to my playlists, or just go through randomly and pick some videos and just give them a go. All right, until next video, guys, have a fabulous day. Bye-bye now.